Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're trying something pretty focused.
Yeah. What's up?
We're taking just one single news headline and it's URL details, and we're going to unpack everything we possibly can from just that.
Okay, interesting. Like squeezing water from a stone, but with information.
Exactly, like a compressed file, And our job is to decompress it, see what's really inside.
All right, I'm intrigued. What's the source?
So the headline is Texas floods, fifth day search and rescue, and the publication date we have is July 8, 2025.
Okay, fifth day. That immediately jumps out. Serious stuff.
Right. It signals urgency just on its own. But
Mhm.
then you look at the full URL and you find these phrases sort of embedded in there: death toll and latest news updates.
Ah,
Oh.
okay. So those aren't in the headline itself, but part of the web address.
Precisely. So that's our mission for this deep dive. What do these specific words, fifth day, search and rescue, death toll, latest news updates, tell us immediately? What's the implied severity?
It's actually quite powerful, isn't it? How just, what, maybe 10 words total, including the URL bits?
Yeah, about that.
And they paint this incredibly vivid picture, a really stark one, actually, from a crisis communication standpoint. It tells you almost instantly, this is big, it's bad, it's ongoing, and people are deeply affected.
No need for long articles sometimes.
Not for the initial impact now. It hits you right away. It's a significant disaster unfolding.
That fifth day part, like you said, it jumps out. For me, it makes me think about endurance.
Definitely.
What does day 5 actually mean for the people there, for the rescuers? Is the strategy the same as day 1?
Oh, absolutely not. That's a really critical point. By day 5, the nature of the response changes dramatically. The
Yeah.
initial sort of chaotic, immediate rescue phase, that often starts shifting
Shifting how?
towards, well, often towards a grim reality. Recovery, sometimes more than rescue. It speaks volumes about the strain, logistical strain, emotional fatigue for the responders.
Yeah, 5 days is a long time in those conditions.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that window for finding survivors, sadly, it starts to shrink significantly. Plus, think about the community resources, water, power, medical aid. They've been stressed for almost a week.
Wow. Yeah, that takes incredible resilience.
Extraordinary resilience, exactly.
Okay, so building on that resilience idea, search and rescue, it sounds standard, but on day 5, what does that phrase really communicate? Is it the same kind of searching as on day 1 or 2?
Good question. No, it's usually quite different. On day 5, search and rescue often means teams are going into much tougher, more dangerous areas.
How so?
Think about it. Unstable buildings, water that's likely contaminated, debris fields that have maybe shifted or worsened. Access is harder.
Right. The easy spots, relatively speaking, have probably been checked.
Exactly. So now you're talking specialized teams, maybe canine units dealing with much higher risk. It shows this intense ongoing commitment. Even though the odds are getting longer, they're still holding out hope.
But then there's that URL detailed death toll. Not a number in the headline, but the phrase itself in the address. Is there significance to that placement?
Oh, absolutely. That tells you something about journalistic practice in rapidly changing situations.
Like they know it's a factor, but maybe the numbers aren't firm yet?
Precisely. Putting death toll in the URL rather than a specific number in the main headline often signals that the figures are still, fluid. They're likely still being verified.
So it's about accuracy and maybe sensitivity too?
Yes, both. It's responsible reporting, acknowledging the tragic reality without locking into a number that might change within the hour. It shows caution and, frankly, integrity.
Okay, that makes sense. And the last bit, latest news updates, also in the URL. Seems minor, but what does that tag tell us?
It underscores that this crisis isn't over. It's dynamic, still evolving.
Right, it's not a past event being reported on.
Not at all. Latest news updates means there's an active news flow. New information, maybe new warnings, changing conditions, community needs. It's all still happening, potentially minute by minute.
So the story is very much alive and developing.
Very much so. It signals that continuous stream of information is crucial for everyone involved. The public, responders, officials.
So it's kind of amazing. Just from Texas floods, fifth day search and rescue, and those URL bits, death toll,
Yeah.
and latest news updates.
Yeah.
We've sketched out this whole picture of a prolonged, severe crisis, the changing nature of the response, the human cost being tallied, and the fact that it's still actively unfolding.
Exactly. Those few words act like digital breadcrumbs, leading you to understand the scale, the response phase, the tragic outcomes, and the need for ongoing information.
Yeah.
It's a compressed but very potent report.
It really is. So it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What does it truly mean for a community, for individuals to be living through the fifth day of something like this?
Yep.
When search and rescue is still the headline, what does that single phrase tell us about the quiet battles being fought, the resilience being tested just below the surface of the news? Something to really ponder.